Hi, I'm Bree Williamson from One Life to Live, and my character just became a mom. There's just one problem. You see, we don't know if the baby will be born to Jess or Tess. We also don't know who the daddy is, Antonio or Nash. I know, it's confusing, but don't worry, because we've got all the best Jess Tess episodes coming up. Plus, I'm going to give you the inside scoop on what's gone on and what's to come. In this first episode, Jess has been hiding Tess from
Jess has been hiding what?
What?
From who?
I don't know what.
Jess doesn't hide anything from Antonio. No, Bree might hide a few things from Kamar, but Jess not from Antonio.
What are you doing here?
Hi, baby. What's happening?
Hi.
I heard that you were talking about Jess and Tess, and I happen to know a thing or two about both of them.
You're just in time. We're about to watch the first episode where Jessica tells Antonio about Tess.
And that was when Antonio knew there was something going on with Jess, but he couldn't figure it out.
Well, she's about to complain.
This is going to be good.
If it's not one thing, it's your mother. Starts right now.
Working on One Life to Live is very much like a family in the good and bad senses of the word.
We fight like a family.
We fight like a family, and we celebrate like a family. We have incredibly wonderful times together. I think of the people I work with as an extension of my family.
If it's not one thing, it's your mother. Continues on Soapnet.
Right in the beginning stages with the whole, like, Tess, Jess storyline coming about, I mean, there wasn't a character on the show that your heart broke more for than Antonio. He was just like, you know what, you're disappearing, I have no idea where you are, but I love you and I'm standing by you.
He loves her with his entire essence, and he would do anything and everything to protect her and keep her safe. And he's not trying to win. He's already won. He won the day she stepped into his life, you know. So it's one of those things, you know, he's not going to give up. Now, when you love somebody, you don't give up. And, you know, everyone's like, well, you know, Nash and Tess, they're so strong together. Well, you know what? 4 months on air doesn't compare to 4 years on air.
If it's not one thing, it's your mother. Continues on Soapnet.
Hi, I'm Bree Williamson. We've got the best of Jess and Tess right here on Soapnet, so don't go away.
If it's not one thing, it's your mother. Continues on Soapnet.
Hi, I'm Bree Williamson, and you're watching the best of Jess and Tess on Soapnet. And look who has stopped by. My very good friend and co-star, Forbes March, who most of you might know as the irresistible Nash Brennan.
Hey, what's going on?
Well, we're taking a look back at some of my favorite Jess Tess episodes, and the next one's really good. It's the one where you and Antonio get face to face.
Ooh, yeah, I remember that one. That's the one when Nash, me, thought that Tess was cheating on him, but then Antonio came along and, well, that's when things really went twisty.
Well, when Antonio set Nash straight?
Keep watching. Find out.
If it's not one thing, it's your mother. Continues right here on Soapnet.
Nash and Tess's relationship, it's a lot of fun because it's a tumultuous relationship.
Nash and Tess are both such passionate people that they fight all the time, you know, and it's just there's always that tension going on because they're really, really passionate, either passionately fighting and yelling at each other, wanting to strangle each other, or passionately in love, which I think works out really, really well. And again, hurrah to the writers for figuring it out.
If it's not one thing, it's your mother. Continues right here on Soapnet.
Nash would be a great dad. And not because there's any rules about what being a dad is. I think all you can do as a parent, and I'm speaking as much from hope as from knowledge being a father, is want to be a good parent. I think he's very much looking forward to making up for the errors of his parents. He really wants to be a father. Somebody who's excited to be a parent and keeps that excitement alive is going to be a good parent.
If it's not one thing, it's your mother. Continues on Soapnet.
My time at One Life to Live will always be remembered as the pre-Tess and post-Tess eras. Obviously, Jessica was the character that I took over the role from somebody else, so there was only so far that I could take it to. I mean, I made her my own, but there was only so many tweaks I could make to the character. But with Tess, it was like I had this baby that I could mold and do whatever I wanted to. And if I wanted to, you know, do some sort of gesture or say the line this way, it was of my own volition to do what I wanted to do. So that makes it amazing. And there are days where we're shooting both the characters, where I'm in a scene with myself, which is lonely. You know, there's no Forbes to joke around with. There's no Kamar to chat with. So, and there's a lot of pressure because, you know, it's just me in the scene. But I've learned a lot.
If it's not one thing, it's your mother. Continues right here on Soapnet.
Nash has something for kind of the naughty, fun girls. It's just kind of a naughty, fun side to Nash. But then as Nash got to know more about Tess, another side of Nash was discovered that he probably didn't even know about, sort of more of a fathering side of him. That as he realized that Tess needed help, I think it's made Nash rise to the occasion and become a better person, trying to help her through that journey. And sometimes he gets confused and becomes selfish, and then other times he becomes incredibly supportive. And that's one of the things I really like about Nash, is that he's never quite simple. He's always trying to weigh out all these different forces in him. But it's progressed from simply sort of a really fast, romantic, exciting, dramatic kind of thing into a really profound relationship now with a child, which may or may not be mine.
If it's not one thing, it's your mother. Continues right here on Soapnet.
Hi, I'm Bree Williamson. You're watching the best of Jess and Tess on Soapnet. Now, that last one was a good one, but this next one, it's really emotional. Jess and Tess are pregnant, and Jess is thrilled and wants to keep the baby, but Tess, well, she's not exactly ready for motherhood. Now it's up to Jess to take over. This one, you won't want to miss, so stick around.
If it's not one thing, it's your mother. Continues right here on Soapnet.
They'd both be great moms, I think. But obviously together, they would make the perfect mom. The mom that was responsible and you know, made your lunch on time and, you know, got you to school and helped you with your homework. Then the mom that was like, you know, fun and, you know, took you out to do something spontaneous and amazing and take you on great vacations and, you know, show you what life is really about. Like, it doesn't have to be in this little box. It could be something wonderful and different. So obviously together they would make a perfect mom.
If it's not one thing, it's your mother. Continues right here on Soapnet.
Jessica's main emotion, or what she's ruled on, I believe, is guilt. And it's because she's constantly trying to be perfect for everybody. Jessica feels all the responsibility and all the guilt and all of those sort of mature emotions, and Tess doesn't. She lives in the moment. She is the kind of girl that says something that we all think, but we're too afraid to say. She's not afraid to be who she is because really she has nothing to lose. She's not letting anybody down. She's assuming that everybody's let down by her already. So what does she have to lose anyway? The similarity between them is they're both very, 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 very smart.
If it's not one thing, it's your mother. Continues right here on Soapnet.